I wanted to ask you just sort of your take on the team's mentality. It's 2 games in. I know it's still early. What do you see from your teammates on offense and defense, or sort of how they're approaching things here heading into week 3?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've had the same mentality since January, right? Get in here, work hard. It's all about work. And that's all that really matters at the end of the day, right? Is preparing, getting ready for obviously our, like I keep saying, 12 guaranteed games. Now we have 10 more at this point, right? Got done through the first 2 weeks in which I feel like we prepared really well, executed really well. And that's going to be the game plan going into this week as well, is just prepare, prepare, prepare. And then when it's our opportunity to go out there on Sunday, go execute and take care of business.
Awesome. We'll go to Jordan McPherson next from the Miami Herald. Jordan?
Yeah, hey Carson, 2 questions. First off, through 2 weeks, just how would you evaluate your individual performance, and where do you feel like you've seen growth, and where do you feel like there's still strides to make?
I feel like we've been really consistent as an offense. I think we've done a good job of taking what the defense is giving us, right? Obviously a really good defense that we faced in the first game. Thought we executed really well, and then last week as well, really executed well and was just consistent. Again, taking what the defense gives us, making explosive plays when we need them. I think we've converted on third down at a pretty high clip. And again, the third down is easier when you're really good on first and second down, which we have been. So, man, I thought we've been really good as an offense overall. And again, we're playing really good complementary football too. Our defense is playing really well. Special teams has been also putting us in really good positions. So again, when you can, perform in all 3 facets of the game, it makes my life a lot easier and, enhances success.
And then just your thoughts on USF's defense, what you've seen on them through film. Obviously, they've played two big wins against top 25 teams already.
Yeah, absolutely. Just watching the 2 games that they've played this year so far against Boise State and Florida. I mean, they look like one of the better defenses in the country from what I've been able to see. They have a lot of athletes. They're going to challenge you with various pressures, man looks, zone looks. I think their defensive coordinator does a really good job of just mixing things up and trying to challenge the quarterback with different looks. So I'm really excited for the challenge at hand. I do think that they're one of the better defenses in the country, and they've shown that the first 2 games. So I'm sure that, they'll be ready to come in and play, but, we're excited for the challenge.
Awesome. We'll go to Tim Reynolds from the AP. Go ahead, Tim.
Thanks, James. Carson, good morning.
Morning.
2 questions for you as well. The first one, people always get wrapped up in quarterback matchups, obviously, and you and Byrum obviously aren't going head to head, of course. You're not playing against each other, but does it add a little something to you when you're playing against another guy who's putting up some pretty good numbers?
No, not really, to be honest. Again, I have to play against their defense. He has to play against our defense. We're not going head to head per se. I mean, it is head to head, obviously, with the teams, but I mean, I'm sure he's the same exact way. He's going to study the defense. He's not looking to, outdo me or whatever, right? Both teams are trying to win. I don't think either of us are really worried about stats. I know him. I've trained with him before. I mean, he's a good kid. He's obviously had a lot of success this year. So, again, hopefully he does well the rest of the year. I'm rooting for him. But, this game, hopefully our defense, comes and attacks him. But, man, it's really us against the defense, and that's really what I'm focused on.
One follow, if you'll indulge me. I know you're focused on this game. But you are a state of Florida kid. You are a Jacksonville guy. There's a lot of teams in the state off to good starts right now. When college football's good in Florida, does all seem right in the world when there is every fan base in the state right now, except for maybe one, is pretty happy with things right now. How is this just the way it's supposed to be?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, being from Florida and playing high school football in Florida, obviously, I think everyone that has played high school football in Florida believes that the best talent comes out of Florida, right? And I too believe that. So I think it's a great thing for the state of Florida that there is so much talent, right? And that there has been so much success as far as college goes, right? Obviously, I think that's a really good thing for the state and just a really good thing overall for college football in general.
Thanks, Carson.
Awesome. We'll go to Adam Lichtenstein from the Sun Sentinel. Adam, go ahead.
Hey, Carson, how's it going?
Good.
So looking at the running back room, I mean, you have guys like Mark, who I think is averaging like 7 yards a carry right now. Jordan coming back healthy this week. Marty doing well. Just how much does that open things up for you in the passing game?
Yeah, it helps me tremendously, right? it's really difficult to throw the ball when there's a lack of running game. You have to be able to commit to the run. And I think along with those guys being such hard runners, our O-line does such a great job of getting those guys to the second level. And that's what makes an elite run game is when you have an offensive line that can get your guys to the second level. But not only that, but then having the actual running backs that when they do get to the second level, they make guys miss and they get yards after contact. Our yards after contact this year has been, I mean, incredible. I don't know what the exact stat is, but I'd want to go look that up and go see because those guys have done a great job of getting yards after contact and gaining those extra yards, especially late in games and in the fourth quarter and just tiring guys down and just leaning on them. And then again, it makes my job a lot easier when, they got to stack the box and try to defend the run. And ultimately that opens up the pass game. So those guys have done a great job.
Awesome. We'll go over to Chris Stock from InsideTheU. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, Carson, you mentioned that you trained with Byrum. Can you tell us when, where, and that kind of thing? And just your thoughts on him, maybe what you know of him.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess we didn't technically train together because I was going through my whole elbow kind of rehab at that point. So I was just starting to get back into throwing. That was back in like April, May. I was just getting back into throwing, but we were in Jacksonville, kind of work with the same guys. So obviously very talented guy, very athletic, does really good job with the deep ball. Again, he's had 2 really good games to start the season. Obviously has had a successful career there at USF. So, I mean, again, just looking forward to what he's able to do the rest of the season. But again, want our defense to be able to, attack them and have success this week.